Well, first of all, let me welcome you to Crosspoint Nicaragua Ministry. We're excited that you're going to be part of an incredible work that God is doing here in Nicaragua. I would like to share with you today some of the guidelines, some of the norms, recommendations as you are part of the ministry, especially for the teams serving in the Juigalpa, Waco, San Carlos area. Ministry there continues to grow, and we continue to use what the Lord provides for us, especially a series of small hotels where you're going to be staying. It's going to be your base of operation. Ministry in this part of the country does not allow us to have a mission team house like we do have in Chinandega. So over the years, we have scouted out sites, hotels, lodges that our teams utilize and serve as a base of operation. But nevertheless, we still like to give some orientations about what to expect, things that you need to be prepared for as you come and are part of our ministry there. So first of all, you got to remember, we're going to be staying in a series of small hotels. There'll be other guests in these hotels, and I realize that after a great day of ministry, we'll get back, we'll be excited, we want to share. We just got to be considerate of other guests in the hotel. So there is actually, in some of these places, quiet time after 10 o'clock. We just got to remember, other folks might be trying to sleep. You know, you can stay up as long as you wish, or as long as your team leader determines. And you can stay and read and use the internet services and things like that. But we got to remember that other people will be trying to go to sleep. Other team members will be trying to go to sleep. So we got to be respectful about that. As you work throughout the week, I always ask teams to be considerate of our staff. Our staff will have long days, long hours. So if there's something that can wait till the next morning to be deal with or taken care of, please consider that as they get back after a long day of work too, they also need to get a little break. Now, as we stay in these hotels throughout this part of the country, what we have done over the last year and a half is train the church ladies to prepare and handle the meals for our teams. So please feel comfortable about the meals. They are properly being handled and prepared for you guys to be able to consume without being concerned. You know, as we serve the meals, they also will serve, there'll be natural drinks that have been prepared with purified water. There'll be purified water available. And when ice water is provided too, we want you to feel assured that the ice being used is also safe for your consumption. Now, as you stay in the hotels, you'll have access to internet services. In some of the places, I realize teams will also go to places where that is not available, but you always have a team phone that you'll be able to use to communicate back with your friends and loved ones if there's a need for that. In some of these places, laundry services is very limited. So you need to pack and be ready to go for a full week of ministry. Unlike in Chinandega, we can provide that service. In some of the places we're staying, laundry services is very difficult, but it can be arranged if you speak to the staff on time. Most likely, in the hotels you'll be staying, you'll be rooming with either 2 or 3 people in a room. In some cases, in the Juigalpa area, we even have a room that can have 4 people, so you got to be considerate of the time you're going to be spending in the shower, in the bathroom, knowing that there'll be others waiting to utilize the baños. When we go out, you got to remember, please take your passport with you. That is something you're going to be responsible for. We do not have safes in the hotels where you can lock those up, so each individual is going to be responsible for their passport throughout the week. As you go out as well, we've been recommending teams to bring refillable water bottles. This will allow you to refill, your bottles. We'll always have ice water with us. We'll have purified water with us, and you'll need to make sure you drink plenty of this because it is so easy to get dehydrated. As you go out with the teams and do ministry, never wander off by yourselves. We'll be in places where every street looks the same. You can easily get lost and turn around. as part of the staff, and I'm sure the team leaders, it doesn't feel good when all of a sudden someone's missing on the team and we have to start looking for them and dedicate time to that while we should be doing other things. So never wander off by yourself. Nicaragua is a pretty safe country, but again, it's so easy to get lost and get turned around in some of these communities. When you're out as well, we'll do door to door. We'll be working with the children. We'll be in the community quite a bit. Remember, dogs are no pets. We're not gonna. I realize some of you are animal lovers. You have dogs and cats back home, but in Nicaragua, we can't guarantee you they have vaccine shots and all that. So please don't pet the dogs. That is something we just want to stay away from. We recommend that the team and individuals bring a first aid kit. We'll have one on the ground as well, but we just want you to consider that. As we go to the churches and who we've been partnering with, church have an expectation, especially during the services, that there'll be some sort of participation by the teams. Sometimes we'll have someone on the team preach and teach, sing a special song, share testimonies. So be ready for that. Prepare for that. And even if you have to sing in English, they'll still enjoy that. They really cherish that moment that you are sharing with them during the services. As the week of ministry progresses, if you are passing out donations, if you have donations with you, things that you would like to leave, like clothing, shoes, school supplies and things, we as a ministry encourage you to do that through the local church. They know the communities, they know the needs, they know where this donations can be utilized, and for us as a ministry and you as a team, it's going to be very difficult to really know where the needs are. We're only there for a short time, so we encourage any of these donations to just be presented to the local church and let them handle it. Let that be a projection of their ministry out to the community. You'll be relating with people. We'll be seeing people come and go. People will come to the team, a lot of times sharing their needs. We got to be careful that we don't make any promises, that we don't insinuate that we're going to do something about. Because sometimes, people, when you say to someone, let me see what I can do, they'll assume that you're going to do something. And usually teams will come back to the United States and people will come to the church demanding that, that the church takes care of something that you committed for. So if there is a need that you as an individual or the team sees, what we encourage you is come into the staff, talk to myself or whoever I designate, talk to the local pastor, talk it over as a team. And if that is something God just laid in your heart to do, we'll do it again through the local church. This is a ministry that works through the local church. We want the community, we want the church members, we want everyone to see a church that's there to care about them. So just remember that. We also don't recommend you give out your personal contact information. In this time of age, it's difficult because everybody has Facebook, Twitter, and other social media, but I would recommend not giving your personal cell phones or conventional phone lines, because guess what? You will get calls, you'll get people perhaps calling you, and sometimes maybe just to say hello, but sometimes people will get your phones and be soliciting things, and in the past we've had issues. So I recommend you really be careful about giving out your personal information to people in the church, in the community, or wherever we're at. As you go out and do ministry, remember we're there to build relationships. We're there to strengthen the church. It's not a vacation. It's not a tour. I realize we all want to take pictures, but be sensitive as we go out and do a week of ministry. Most people won't mind you having their picture taken, but sometimes it's better to ask. And a lot of times it's good to kind of designate someone on the team to be the official photographer. That way we don't look like just a group of tourists, going through and wanting to take pictures of everything that looks a little different. And I realize pictures speak more than 1,000 words, but we got to be very sensitive about that. Once we get back to the hotel, there's some of you that like to go out walking or jogging, whether maybe in the morning or in the evening. Those things you need to talk it over with your team leader. Let someone on the staff. There will be occasions where I personally won't be with the team. but there will be someone designated by CrossPoint Nicaragua, by myself, one of our staff members. So it's always good to talk those things over, but don't assume that everybody knows where you're at. So if you're going to do some jogging and running, that's fine, that's pretty safe, but again, those things you need to let your team leaders know what you're going to be doing. I believe that's pretty much everything we have to share with you today, and we're just looking forward to a great week of ministry.